What's up, YouTube? How are you cool cobras doing? Today is a sad day. It has been a year since the passing of Joshua Faye Saunders, also known as KingcobraJFS. Now last year, I did a drink combo for Josh, and this year I thought I'd keep it a tradition and do another one for him. I was originally going to do a drink combo called the Pink Cobra, which was 2/3 cherry 7-Up and 1/3 Fleischmann's vodka. Now, I couldn't find cherry 7-Up fucking anywhere. That shit, it's just nowhere to be found. At least not a regular, size bottle. So instead, I'm going to substitute for something I think Josh would also appreciate, and it is Mountain Dew Code Red and Tito's vodka. I just so happened to have some of this Tito's left over from a couple weeks ago and thought I would just throw it together. I know it is not Fleischmann's, and unfortunately I am not a bad boy gothic rock star like Josh, and I don't think I can handle Fleischmann's. But we're going to have vodka. Vodka is vodka. So I'm going to do 1/3 Tito's and 2/3 of this Mountain Dew Code Red. Let's pour it. I'm going to just eye it out. I'm not even going to do a shot glass or anything. Let's see. Okay, that's a pretty heavy pour. At least for my standards. Oh, hold on. I had to put you down so I can open this. Alright, Mountain Dew Code Red going in. Okay. This is a first for me. I've never combined these drinks before. So, without further ado, let me kind of give this a little... Put my finger in there. Mix it up a little. Okay, so Josh, this is to you, this is to Ozzy. I hope you're up there having a drink combo yourself right now and doing some good old rocking and rolling, man. Pretty fucking good. Can barely taste the vodka. Really just tastes like Code Red, which I haven't had. Man, I haven't had Code Red in many, many years. So while we have this drink, I thought I'd reflect on some of my favorite Josh moments, and I'll probably play some clips in this video of what I'm talking about, very brief ones while I talk. When I think of Josh, one of the first things that come to mind are my first videos of his I saw. Of course, the Trappped documentary was the very first thing I saw of Josh, which is still one of the best documentaries, indie documentaries I've ever seen. Incredible. And so was his other documentary, which was, what was that? For My Brother, Who I Love Very Much, or something like that, about those twins. It was another really good documentary. If you haven't seen either of those, seriously watch those. Especially the KingcobraJFS one. It's just iconic, legendary, and it's what got me really interested in the whole Josh rabbit hole. Right after watching that, I found his channel and just started watching. I went on to find, Bite Size Cobra and watched all of his edited shorts of Josh's stuff. But another thing that comes to mind, obviously the documentary, like I said, but also the really old, fan opening videos where Josh was getting prank packages. And people would send him just all kinds of wacky shit. And, this was before, the worst people on the internet, like TikTok people and shit, started finding Josh. And, really, the pranks started to be innocent and funny to, gross and just harassment. But this was in the earlier days. And Josh got this hat. He got this fucking weed leaf fedora hat. And it was way too fucking small. And I love the clip of him trying to fit the hat on his head. I think it's so funny. Oh man, I'll put a screenshot of that right now. It is legendary. Seriously, watch that. I'll put a link to everything I'm talking about in the description. Let's take another sip. But yeah, about a month after I posted my video, Clint Saunders had posted the celebration of life video of Josh, which was really hard to watch, but it was also one of the most fascinating videos from to come out of Josh's life, because we got this real insight into who Josh actually was from his family's perspective. And I think the saddest part about everything is that, you know, despite all of Josh's blunders, which, you know, were taken so out of context by detractors online, they were all just innocent. You know, he was a autistic man. And I think a lot of people just kind of lost sight of that during his life, especially the later period of his life. A lot of people, for some reason, villainized Josh. You know, they thought he was an animal abuser and all this. I'm not going to really repeat it. I don't want to. If you've been around, you know what people thought of him. And there were points where I was like, man, like with Puff, I was like, dude, this guy, I don't know if he's equipped to take care of this thing. But in the celebration of life video, they talk about, you know, how much he loved that lizard and how it got away, you know, because we all thought it just fucking died. But Josh, being who he was, he wanted him to have fresh air, and he fucking dipped. The thing bolted. And that's just so sad. You know, apparently he was real broken up about it. And, you know, it's just, that video shows you he was a human like any of us. He was just like you and me. You know, there's been a lot of videos to come out since his passing of people who had met him and kept footage of their meeting with him to themselves. And also just stories of people meeting him have come out. It just sounds like he was a really cool dude. My wife and I always joked about going to go meet Josh, and I really wish we did. I really wish we did. I still can't believe that he's passed away. You know, we all know that Josh wasn't the most healthy person. And I guess it just caught up to him, you know. It can catch up to any of us. I really have become health conscious as I've come into my 30s. And I guess Josh is an unfortunate cautionary tale of if you don't, and you don't go see doctors and shit, you know, every day could be your fucking last. I mean, every day could be your last anyway. But I don't know, man. Dude was too cool to go so soon. You know, it's been hard to even go back to watch his videos because I just miss the guy. I miss seeing him pop up on my feed. Every time a Josh video would come up, I'd fucking jump to watch it. Because it was just always something fucking crazy. And entertaining. I was always like wildly entertained. It was just such endearing content. Josh was just unapologetically himself. And you really have a hard time finding that on the internet these days. Especially now, you know, like, you know, Josh didn't do fancy thumbnails. He wasn't trying to monetize anything. I mean, he was monetized. He did make YouTube money. But he wasn't trying to be like a content creator. He was, but he wasn't trying to do it in the sense of like this like soulless, corporatized, modern version that we know of today from most people. And I really respected that about him. He kept a part of old YouTube going, and he's gone, and that sucks. There's still some channels out there that are like that, but there's fewer and fewer every year. I don't know. It makes me want to just make fucking videos like this. Just talking about stuff that interests me. And, you know, next time, talking with a fucking selfie stick. This is killing me, holding this fucking phone up. But yeah, man, other things that I always, you know, anytime I see Ozzy or hear Ozzy, I am thinking of Josh. And I think I will for the rest of my life, which is crazy to say. You know, he's somebody I didn't even meet or know. And he's had such an impact on my life. Because I watched him for so many years, pretty religiously too. You know, I think really, I don't want to theorize. I just feel like him losing his second apartment further isolated him, and it didn't make the situation he had any better. And I just wish it went differently. I'm not going to name names or say things. If you know the history, and how things went down, you know who fucked that all up for Josh. But, you know, God rest his soul. He was, a truly remarkable, unique person that I couldn't be happier to have discovered in my time on this earth. Miss you, Josh. I always will. And I think tens of thousands of others feel the same way. Let's knock the rest of this back for you, buddy. Ooh, that was cold. Rest easy, Josh. Peace out.